Adam here with Brooksaw Antiques. Today we have this 1963 Olympia SM7 vintage portable typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. Made in Western Germany and one of the top typewriters of all time, along with the other SM series from Olympia, also known as the Mercedes-Benz of typewriters. And this is a very rare, unique color. It's like a eggshell blue. This is the first I've had of this color, so it's got to be very rare. Up top is the adjustable paper guide. This helps you guide the page in straight. I'm going to line that up with the edge of the platen, which is the main roller that feeds the paper. This is the left margin. I'm going to set that on 0, the right one around 70, 75. And this is the paper support arm that flips up from the back like a switch blade and extends and has a page gauge on it. Basically, that just warns you when you get towards the end of the page. And this is the paper bale that sits on top. It's got 2 adjustable rollers and a scale. Once you hear the bell, you're near the end of the margin. Hit this line space, get you back to the beginning, and skips 1, 1.5, or 2 spaces. When you have it on 1, it skips 2 half spaces. When you have it in the middle, it skips 3 half spaces. When you have it all the way down, it skips 4 half spaces. We're going to keep that on single for now and finish typing. As you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence in red on the next line. Switch from black to red is the switch on the right side here. Flip that down to the red indicator. It prints the bottom portion of the ribbon, which is red. When you have it in the middle, it prints no ink at all. It just leaves a stencil for copying purposes. When you have it up top on the blue indicator, it prints the top portion of the ribbon, which is black. We're going to move that down for red. Beautiful. It's basically like the same exact performance as an SM9 with small differences. Let's take a look at that print first. Pica number 97, prints 10 characters per inch. Beautiful print. So the SM9 has a little bit different of a shell, and it has a segment shift instead of a basket shift. This has a basket shift, or this has a carriage shift, sorry. And the SM9 has a basket or a segment shift, which shifts down instead of the carriage going up. So it's a lighter shift on the SM9, and the shell is a little bit different, but this has like the same tab set, mostly the same touch. I don't know why the Olympia SM7s go so under the radar. Everybody skips the SM7, they skip the SM8, and they go for the SM9, and they go for the SM3 and 4. And the SM3 and 4 are really nice machines as well, but they're just they're not as sophisticated as these 7, 8, and 9. To pull the page out easier, there's a switch on the right side. Flip that forward, it unlocks the rollers underneath the platen, allowing you to pull the page out easier, load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Make sure you flip that back before you load the next page or else it won't load correctly. So let's go ahead and, sorry, I'm going to show you that page gauge. Often miss that. So as you're feeding it through, it'll start to warn you on the top here. This is 5 spaces left, 3, 2, 1, and that's the end of the page. It also has something that I always forget to put in the videos is these little holes in the front here. That's for pin lines, vertical and horizontal. You put a pin in there or pencil, and you move the carriage like that or up and down, and it gives you, and I skipped a space there on accident, but it gives you straight lines. So obviously I messed up on that section there because I skipped the line, but it gives you straight lines instead of using the underscore, which gives you segmented lines. And a lot of typewriters do have that if they have the hole in the card holder there. All right, let's put the color back on black. Got a shift on each side, a shift lock on the left. To clear that, just hit the shift button again. MR stands for margin release. When you get to the end of the margin, there's a mechanism that blocks you from printing. Hit that MR. Does allow you to type past that all the way to the end. Very good. I did the shift. This is your touch control. So if you have a newer SM9, then the tab set and clear will be on the left side instead of the keyboard or on the spacebar. The older SM9s have it just like this with the touch control here, but the newer SM9s will have the tab set and clear on the left side and the touch control on the inside there. So there's a plus and a minus sign here. The higher up you go, the less tension. The lower down you go, the more tension. When you hit the keys, you do have to hit the keys harder for them to print, but they respond faster. The lower you go, the less tension. So an SM8 will have the tab set on the back side here, manual, that you have to move with your hands just like the margins, but an SM7 and an SM9 has them right here on the keyboard. Right now I'm set on 10 space intervals, so I'm just going to go ahead and clear them all with one swoop on this right side of the carriage. It's an all tab clear. So now we don't have any tabs set, but I always like to set one somewhere in the middle so that way when you hit the tab button, it doesn't go slamming all the way to the end, causing wear and tear on your typewriter. So I'm just going to hit that set button right there, and it just stops at that spot. To clear that one specific tab, you hit the clear button on the left side instead of clearing them all with that right swoop button. So I'm just going to set one there again, make sure it sets. Very good. All right. Margin release, when you get to the end of the margin, is a mechanism that blocks you from printing. Hit that margin release, allows you to type all the way to the end. This is your carriage lock. Locks the carriage in the middle when you flip it up and you move the carriage to the middle. Also locks the keys. To unlock it, just flip that down. Backspace on the right side, very smooth. And the hood opens like a car hood and comes all the way off. The SM9 hooks into the back, so you can't take it off that easily. All the brand new ribbons loaded on the left, so it's pulling to the right. If you want to switch that direction, the side you want it to go to, you just flip the ribbon guide towards the middle. It'll swap it to that side on either side, and that's meant to catch the eyelet, which is a little metal piece on the end of the ribbon. It's meant to catch that and then swap automatically to the side it needs to go to. So you don't actually have to ever swap the direction manually unless you have a problem doing maintenance or it gets stuck. Carriage release on both sides on the SM7, very smooth. And if you push the button, it disables the spacing so you can get to an exact spot on the page. And it's got three options to do that. You can push the button on the right, you can pull the knob on the left like this, or you can push the line space selector all the way back. So I don't know why that was so important. I'm not a writer, I'm just a mechanic. So somebody can tell me why they needed so many options to do that. But you want to be careful when you do that because you will lose your line. If you're keeping track of your lines, that's meant for getting in between the lines to get to specific spots on like a document. And that's it. Now available on eBay or Etsy or my new website, brooksawantiques.com.